Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are just coming for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, it's good to have you back. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm very excited. Why? I got myself something interesting, something I've been craving for a long time. And when I mean a long time, I mean for years, like literally years. So I'm going to be showing you in a moment. Yeah, this is it. Can you see? Can you see it? Okay, yes, so this is called a jigsaw puzzle. For those that don't know what it's all about, I'm going to open it and you get to see it. So I've been, craving this game. The last time I played was when I was a very young child. I mean, this is about 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And for some reasons, I don't know, it has stuck with me. I've always wanted to play it. And just sometime last week, um, it just came to my mind, oh, this game you've been wanting to play, why don't you check it around and see if you can find it here? And boom, here it is. I don't know how excited I am. Like, and I remember, so I'm going to be opening it, and yeah, I want you to see it. Okay, so I remember when we were young then, I and my siblings, we used to play this game. I remember we started with 500 pieces to, no, we started with as low as 100 pieces to 200 pieces to 500 pieces. I think I was the one that was considered. The last, one I remember playing was about 1,000 pieces. I don't think I finished it. I think some of the pieces got missing. Anyway, so these are also 1,000 pieces. Like, this was the highest I found. Yeah, so this is what a jigsaw puzzle is all about. Yeah. Yes. So a jigsaw puzzle is made of pieces, tiny little pieces, which you have to fit together to form a picture. So I'll have to put these pieces together, 1,000 of them, to recreate this picture back. Yeah. So, and it's a whole lot. I mean, it's a whole lot of pieces. So I have to like put them together, try and fix them together until I can get this picture. Yes, until I can get this picture. Okay, so I actually got some lessons from this game that I would love to share with you guys. First of all, is that our lives are like this jigsaw puzzle. And what I mean is, when God created us, He had a picture, or He has a picture for everyone He creates. Just like this picture, God has a picture for you. When God was creating, you had a picture in mind. But our lives do not just start out with this picture. Just as you can see, these pieces are not starting out with this picture. I didn't get this game with the picture as clear as this. I got them in pieces. And that's how our lives are. They start out as pieces that God has to put together to recreate or to create the picture He has in mind for us. And so you must understand that God has a picture. First of all, God has a picture for you. So first of all, let me just give a little intro into how I'm going to play this game. So I'm going to be looking for the pieces with these edges, because these edges will form the edges of this game, like the beginning edges. So it's going to make it easier for me to start. So that's how I'm going to start. I'm going to start with these pieces, the ones that have the edges. I'll just put them aside. Yeah, so sorry you can't see my face. I just want you guys to have a feel of the game. All right, so when God, as I said earlier, God has a picture for you in mind. But most times we don't get to see the full picture. I mean, because even if God shows the full picture, you may not even be able to grasp it. You may not be able to comprehend it or even hold it with our little knowledge. And so sometimes God just shows you a fraction of the picture He has in mind. And He just wants you to trust Him to give you the full picture. So I said, when I mean our lives are like these pieces, I don't mean your life is in pieces. No, what I mean is the things that happen to us, everything that makes up our lives, where you're born, your parents, your background, your race, the things that happen to you, the experiences you face, the people you meet, these are pieces that make up the picture, that make us or build us, or that God uses to create the picture He has in mind. And most times, because these, for example, these pieces don't make sense on their own. It doesn't. Looking at this picture and looking at this, just this little piece, they don't make sense on their own. They don't make sense standing alone until the whole piece comes together. Until that's when I can appreciate the beauty of these pieces. And sometimes, we face experiences, we face situations, you find yourself in a place, or with, different things happen, maybe even your physical appearance, your background, and you're wondering, how does this fit into the picture God has shown? Probably God has shown you that, oh, um this is my plan for you, this is where I'm taking you to. But the things that happen in your life they don't even make sense. They don't look alike. I mean, you're wondering. For example, one example that really resonates with me real well is the example of Joseph. God told him he was going to be a leader. First of all, God didn't even show him the full picture. God only told him he'll be a leader over his brothers. That's what he saw, not even over a whole nation. And Joseph started out as a slave boy. How does being a slave boy turn him to a leader? I mean, it didn't make sense. And that's what happens in our lives. The pieces we see, the things that happen to you, sometimes they don't make sense. And you're wondering, God, you showed me this. You said this is your promise for me. You said I'm your child and this is what you have in store for me. Why is this happening to me? Why am I facing this situation? Why it's not making sense? How on earth will this get me to where you want me to be when I'm starting out like this? Just trust God. And that's why we need to, another reason we need to trust God, because He sees the bigger picture. We don't see it. We only see a fraction of it. And so when things happen in our life, we don't understand. We're only seeing the pieces. And these pieces do not make sense on their own until they fit together into the big picture. So you have to trust God that He knows what He's doing and He's going to bring it to pass because He sees the picture. And so you also must hand over the pieces of your life to God, because if you're trying to fit these things together, I can't even imagine doing this without making reference to the picture. It's going to be a total waste of my time and it's going to be very frustrating. You can see they are so diverse in so many. Just looking at this one piece, I really can't tell where it would be if I don't make reference to the picture. So if you're trying to fix your life together, yeah, it's okay to make plans. It's okay to have goals, or in 5 years time so on will be. That's okay, that's all right, but make sure it aligns to what God has in mind. Because if you are trying to build your life on your own, it's a frustrating journey. You're not going to even, because you can't see the bigger picture. You just doing try and error, and so many mistakes, so many runs and turns, so many try and error on the way. It's going to be a frustrating experience. And that's why whatever plans you're making, make sure it aligns to the picture God has in mind for you, because He has the perfect picture. God has the perfect picture for your life. So please trust your plans in His hands. Let Him put the pieces of your life together and let Him make it into the beautiful picture that He has in mind. Another lesson I get from this is, this thing is going to take me time. It's a whole lot. It's going to take me time. I mean, even if I say I'm not going to do anything else, because I have to look at each piece. I have to make sure I can't just join, just because these two pieces look like flowers doesn't mean they will fit exactly. And, see, if I try to force any piece into each other, it will likely spoil it. So when God is building our lives, it takes His time, because He knows what He's doing. He doesn't want to screw things up. And that's why sometimes we need to be patient with God. Sometimes it looks like if nothing is happening. Hey, something is happening. What God is doing is actually fixing the piece of your life together. And even if I start fixing these things and it doesn't make sense, the point is, it's going to take time before you begin to appreciate it. Yes, it's going to take time before you begin to appreciate it. So you can say, I can't even trying to force anything. It's going to spoil the pieces. I'm trying to see if they fit into each other. And that's what God does with our lives. It's fitting the pieces together. Our lives are whole sort of piece, and if we're not patient with God and we try to, hey, I want to take the pieces myself, and you want to rush things up, you're going to get, imagine me just fixing this. I mean, this eventually will not make up the picture. It's going to be a frustrating experience. So that's one. And another thing is, one day you're going to look back at these pieces, and then you are going to appreciate the picture. There are times when in your walk with God, after you've gone through a season, that's when you now understand what God was doing. That is when you now appreciate that, oh, this is why God made me pass through this. This is why God brought me here. This is why God made me meet these people. This is why I was in this place at such a time as this. You won't understand when it's happening at that point, except maybe God explains to you and tells you. But most of the times, we don't understand because we can't see the big picture. Only God sees the big picture. Until later on, you look back and say, oh, this is what God was fixing. He was trying to put the pieces together. And that's why you need to trust Him and just trust the process. One other thing I would want you to note from this is, God has a grand picture that includes not just you, but every of His creature. And when I mean every of His creature, not just man, but everything He created. And you are part of God's big picture. Probably you feel like you're not important, or people make you feel like you don't matter, and you just feel like, oh, life is just a phase and just go through it. Hey, it's your life is much bigger than that. If I lose some of these pieces, I won't be able to finish this picture. Because it's not going to, every piece is important. For me to get the full picture, I have to be able to put all these pieces together, every single one of them. Despite the fact that they are very little, if I should misplace any of them, it's going to cause problem along the way. And so although you may look little, you may look like, oh, how significant I am with all the mass of people in this world. There are other people more important than me. No, God sees your significance. Even if you don't feel you're important, or other people don't see you as important, I want you to understand that God sees you as important in His grand plan. And you may probably think, oh, my life has been shattered to pieces. I mean, these things have been cracked and broken. I don't know how God's going to fix it. Just trust Him. Make sure the most important thing is, whether it's shattered pieces or whole pieces, let them be in God's hand, because He knows how to fix them well together. So trust God with the pieces of your life, because He knows how to put them together. Don't try to do things just on your own. God sees the bigger picture. Just trust Him. Yes, trust the process, even when you can't understand it. It's fixing the pieces of your life together, the experiences you face. And there's this scripture that just explains this verse. It's making all things to work together for our good, even when there are times when circumstances come that are beyond your control, or maybe things that probably because of your own carelessness you went astray and you went out of God's plan. Don't worry, it's making all things to work together for your good, as long as you come back to Him. And if you're a Christian, which is the most important thing, let the piece of your life be in God's hand. It's going to make every situation. When Joseph was sold to Egypt by his brothers, God worked it out for his good. When Job, the devil came and took his children away, everything he had, God worked it for his good. At the later end, you may be going through situations you don't understand, and you're wondering, why me? Don't worry, trust God. It's going to make all things to work together for your good. So back to the game. As you can see, this has two straight corners. So meaning that it has to be in either of these four corners, right? So I'm guessing, looking at the picture, it should be somewhere somewhere here. So this gives me a good start. Yes, this gives, I'll just put it here and look for what fix it. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I won't be able to finish this puzzle in this video. Probably I might just, I don't know, well, if I'll do a video after I'm done with the picture, because it's going to take me a whole lot of time. But if you can get a jigsaw puzzle, please do. It's a very interesting game. I mean, I'm so excited just playing this thing. I don't know, but just try it, okay? Yes, so thanks for watching. Let me know if you've learned anything. Let me know if you've got other lessons from this game. yes, other lessons that we can all learn. Please do share, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. All right, so see you later, and wish me good luck. I'll finish this game just in time. Bye.